When you say sopas in the Philippines, it isn't just any kind of soup. It refers to a specific kind of soup made with macaroni noodles with a creamy broth. And that's what we're making today because it's raining outside. Let's make sopas. I'm preparing my vegetables today. Very, interesting about this particular soup is that aside from having macaroni noodles in a milk broth, it also has red hot dogs, which I am like preparing right now. And some people like to dice it up, but today I will just cut it diagonally. And we are making a lot today because we are feeding the entire office with our sopas. Share the blessings. No? And I'm just like smashing my garlic cloves. And we will begin sauteing. We are using a combination of vegetable oil and adding our very yellow margarine, very old school. Add our onions, our garlic, carrots, and celery. I wish I had more celery, but this is all the celery we have. Saute, saute. Season with a bit of salt. And today, we are not using the traditional shredded chicken kasi it takes time, di ba? Papakulo mo pa yung chicken breast, himayin mo pa. Simple way to do our favorite sopas is to use giniling. We are using pork giniling or ground pork. And we are choosing the leaner type of ground pork. Less fat because if we're using the very fatty ground pork, what is going to happen? Our soup is going to have that, layer of grease. We don't want that. We just want it to be very nice and creamy. So now our ground pork is now sauteed properly along with our vegetables, our aromatics. We now have our pot of boiling water. Magic. You see the steam? I will just add 2 chicken cubes here. Add it there to give it a nice umami flavor. No? Because we are not using chicken stock. And what I will do, because I want to make a very creamy sopas, I'm adding flour. This is around half a cup of flour because we're making a lot. So it's like 2 recipes. So if you divide it into 2, you'd use around 1/4 or 4 tablespoons of flour. And this will help us like absorb the moisture from our pork. Let that cook for a while, a minute or 2. Now I will add my boiling water. You don't have to use boiling water, but I just want to speed things up. So I'm adding my water. Yan. Add like a third of it. Mix, mix, mix. No? Look at that. So it's going to be a very rich and thick and creamy sopas. Now I add the rest of my boiling water. And I will also add my macaroni noodles. Yan. This is around 2 cups. And let it boil and simmer until our noodles are tender. For in this case, when we are making sopas, Filipino-style sopas soup, do we want our noodles to be al dente or not? How do you like it? You want it al dente or you want it soft and mushy? Some people really like it parang melt in your mouth. Kayo ba? Paano nyo gusto yung macaroni? Personally, ako, gusto ko yung malata-lata because it brings back so many memories of my childhood. But today, we will just cover this up. This will probably cook like 12 minutes before we add the other stuff. Oh! You hear the thunder? Perfect for the weather ang ating merienda today. In the meantime, I will chop up my cabbage, remove the core. We will just chop this up. Chop, 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 chop. Julienne. And I will also chop our celery leaves. Add it there. Pabango. And let's check on our macaroni noodles. Now, I think it's close to al dente. And now is the time you're adding our hot dogs, our red hot dogs. Of course, you can use chicken hot dogs as well. Or just omit it altogether. You can use ham. You can use whatever makes you happy. But today, what makes me happy is sweet corn. So I'm adding a bit of corn kernels. Adding the brine as well, corn brine. Mixing it there. And now, I will also add my cabbage. Shredded cabbage. There. But I will leave the celery leaves for later. It's already rich and creamy looking. Now, I'm adding my evaporated milk slowly into the pot. We don't want it to boil too much, so I'm turning down the heat from this so it doesn't curdle. Let that cook for a minute or so. Looks so good. Some people don't like patis or fish sauce, but I like it because it's malinamnam. So I will just add like around 2 to 3 tablespoons of patis. Let me taste. You have to taste to make sure that it's seasoned right. Taste, taste, taste. I think it's good enough. Black pepper. It's going to be so yummy. But I will just allow this to cook a little bit more. You notice that the broth is changing color. Aside from the addition of the evaporated milk, but also the dye from our red hot dogs have begun to, infuse the red color into our creamy, milky broth. Let that cook for a little while. And I will be serving myself a bowl of this. And I will be sharing with everyone else. And if you like this recipe, and kung maulan sa inyo, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chef Tatung YouTube channel, where we do simple recipes just for you. And always click the bell button to get notified. So every time you have a new video, you'll know what we are cooking next. And if you have any requests, please comment down below. We will prepare it just for you. For the people who have mastered making sopas, what is your favorite sahog? What is your favorite ingredient to add to your sopas? Is it chicken? I've seen people who add squid balls. I've seen people who've added chicken livers. What is your favorite? Tell me, and we'll try to replicate that here as well. Yan. And our creamy sopas is done. Kain na! I'm sure everyone's hungry. And now we have the perfect merienda to warm up our bellies. And here you go. Very nice. I will just add a bit of fresh celery leaves on my bowl for garnish. To finish my sopas, I will just top it with a hard-boiled egg. Perfect. Oh, that looks so good. It's time for me to taste. Look at that. Very nice, thick, and creamy broth. We have our giniling, our corn, fresh celery, carrots, and hot dogs. Let me taste. Ang bango. Grabe. I'm tempted pero mainit pa. Wait ah. Not your ordinary Pinoy sopas. Sarap. Ay, ang sarap nito. The ultimate Pinoy sopas experience na to. This one is so good. You should try it. Prepare it for your family. Prepare it for your friends. And have a very delicious merienda of your not-so-ordinary Filipino sopas. Simpol! It's creamy jello. Help yourself. Come on. It has corn, cabbage, carrots, celery, hot dogs, giniling, Init, di ba? Come on, come on. Init yan, ha? Come on.
Wow!
Wow.
My favorite.
Your favorite. Oh. Francis, oh, come on. Here, here, here. Here. Jerome, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Sign language. Come on.
Thank you, Chef.
Come on, come on, come on.